Hello everyone. Treponema pallidum is gram-negative bacteria. It is pink in color. It is obligate parasite, cannot survive outside the cell, specifically cannot survive outside the human body. It is spirally coiled around the axis. So it will look like this, spirally coiled. It possesses 6 to 12 spiral spaced at an interval of 1 to 1.5 micrometer of width length. It is actively motile. It has 3 to 4 flagella and all these flagella are antigenic. Now, this is causative agent of syphilis and its incubation period is 21 days. Let's talk about the syphilis. Patients suffering from syphilis pass through these stages: primary syphilis, secondary syphilis, and tertiary syphilis, and there is chances of congenital syphilis also. In primary syphilis, primary chancre develop. It is painless ulcerated lesion, and there is also regional lymphadenopathy. In secondary syphilis, there can be skin rashes mainly on palms and sole, and also the condylomata. The mucus patches are also seen in secondary syphilis. In tertiary syphilis, there can be gamma formation. Patient can suffer from neurosyphilis and cardiovascular syphilis also. In congenital syphilis, it can occur within 2 years and also after 2 years. If it occurs within 2 years, then children are infectious and they suffer from rhinitis, mucocutaneous lesion, bone changes, hepatosplenomegaly and lymphadenopathy. If it occurs after 2 years of age, then it is characterized by the saddle nose, hearing loss, and Hutchinson's teeth. Now, our topic of the video, the laboratory diagnosis of the Treponema pallidum. The very first method is direct microscopy. Now, this direct microscopy can be done from the superficial lesions of the primary syphilis, secondary syphilis, and the congenital syphilis by applying the pressure and cleaning it with the saline. By applying the pressure and cleaning this lesion with saline, and the exudate will be collected. This exudate will be collected on the slide, and then we will do the second method, the dark ground microscopy. Direct microscopy involves the dark ground microscopy. In dark ground microscopy, the Treponema pallidum include slender, flexible, spiral coiled bacilli with tapering end. It shows 6 to 15 spirals spaced at an interval of 1 to 1.5 micrometer wavelength. So as it is dark ground microscopy, so the background is dark and the Treponema will look like this. I hope it's clear to now. And it shows motility. It shows slow to rapid flexion extension type movement. It will also show the corkscrew motility. It means it rotation around the longitudinal axis, and it shows rotation accomplished by the soft bending at right angle to the midpoint. Before declaring this dark ground microscopy negative, we should examine this for 3 consecutive days. The dark ground microscopy is difficult for differentiating T. pallidum from the other saprophyte spirochetes. Although this differentiation can be done, how? It can be done on the basis of motility, size, and spirals of the bacteria. So in first method, in direct microscopy, we discussed DGM. Now there is other two method, DFATP direct fluorescent antibody staining for T palladium and the silver impregnation staining. DFATP and silver impregnation staining. In this method, the exudate or the tissue section is stained with fluorescent labeled monoclonal antibody. In this method, exudate or tissue stain is stained with the fluorescent labeled antibody. This antibody is targeted against the antigen. Which antigen? The T palladium surface antigen. So, if there is syphilis, Treponema palladium, then the antibody will identify by this fluorescent label antibody and look like apple green fluorescent colored bacilli. The sensitivity of this test is 100%. Now the silver impregnation staining, it is used to increase the thickness of the Treponema palladium. Treponema will reduce nitrate into the metallic silver and these will deposit on the surface, making them thicker. Now they can take up the stain. Now which stain they are taking? Here two stains are important and used: Liveriti stain and Fontana stain. Liveriti stain is used for the staining of tissue section and the Fontana stain is used for staining smear made from the exudates. Now let's move on to the next method. The next method is cultivation. It is second method and Treponema palladium don't grow in the artificial media. So it don't grow, but this Treponema palladium can be maintained by the subculture in the rabbit testis. Now the important third method, and this third method is the serology. In this serology, we will detect the antibody. This serology is divided in three. First is non-treponemal or non-specific test. Second is treponemal or specific test. And the last is group-specific test. Non-treponemal or non-specific test, here the cardiolipin is used. And cardiolipin is used only because its structure is similar to the antigen present in Treponema species. Treponemal's test, in this test it is sensitive to T palladium and this group's specific test is sensitive to all the Treponema. Let's start with the first, non-specific or non-treponemal. In this test, we will detect the non-specific antibody called as reagent antibody in the sera of syphilic patient. How we will detect? We will detect it by using the cardiolipin antigen. Why cardiolipin antigen? Cardiolipin is diphosphatidylglycerol glycerol and it is similar to the haptens present in Treponema palladium and it is also similar to the antigen released by the damaged host tissue. So if there is presence of Treponema palladium, it can react with the cardiolipin and give reaction. Hence, we can say that it is non-specific because host tissue also gives similar antigen and these have various methods. First test is Wassermann test and Kahn's test. Second is VIRL, Venereal Disease Research Laboratory. Third famous test is the RPR, Rapid Plasma Reagent. Fourth test is USR, Unheated Serum Reagent. And the last is TRUST, Toluidine Red unheated serum test. These will detect IgG mostly and rarely the IgM. Now, the advantage of this non-specific test. The advantage is that it can also detect CSF antibody in the cases of neurosyphilis, and these reagent antibody are detectable in 7 to 10 days after the primary chancre. So we can detect the antibody in early stage also. Sensitivity in the first stage is 78 to 85%. Secondary stage there is 100%, but in the late stage sensitivity is low. And here we start the disadvantage. First is the sensitivity is low, and the second, it gives biological false positive reactions. It means that it gives positive non-treponemal test and negative treponemal test. Why this? This is because of the cardiolipid antigen. Non-treponemal test can be positive if there is presence of treponema pallidum or not, but the treponemal test will be only positive if there is cardiolipin antigen present. So, non-treponemal test should always be confirmed by the treponemal test. Now, what's in this treponemal test? So, have a look on this treponemal test, specific test, because here we are finding antibody against the specific T pallidum antigen, and we use this test to confirm the non-treponemal test. We have four tests which follow this treponemal test. First is TPI, T pallidum immobilization test. It is not in use now. Second is FTA ABS, fluorescent treponemal antibody absorption test. Fluorescent treponemal antibody absorption test. In these, we will add the fluorescent anti-human Ig immunoglobulin. So, the serum antibody bound to T pallidum can be detected by this fluorescent labeled anti-human immunoglobulin. So, if there is antibody, then the T pallidum antigen will bind, and we will found the antibody because of this fluorescent labeled anti-human Ig. Now have a look on advantage and disadvantage of this test. Advantage is that it is sensitive and specific in all the stage. Disadvantage is that it can give false positive reaction in Lyme's disease. It give false positive result. It means it will give positive FTA ABS and it will give negative VDRL. Now the next is enzyme immunoassay. This enzyme immunoassay is more sensitive than the fluorescent treponemal antibody absorption test. Last is Western blot. It is available for detecting IgG and IgM separately. So this was about the treponemal test. It is specific to the treponema pallidum only. Now have a look on the group specific test, which is specific to all the treponema. In this, we will detect the group or genus specific antibody by using the Reiter treponemal strain possessing protein antigen. Reiter treponemal strain possessing protein antigen which is present in all the treponema, and the test is called as Reiter protein complement fixation test, RPCFT, Reiter protein complement fixation test. The sensitivity is low and it is obsolete nowadays. Now the fourth method is molecular method. Whenever it comes to molecular method, PCR is always mentioned. We will detect the 47 kilodalton surface antigen, lipoprotein, and the 39 kilodalton basic membranous protein. In this PCR, this molecular method has paramount importance in the diagnosis of the congenital and neurosyphilis. Now, the important treatment. The drug of choice for the treatment of syphilis is penicillin. If the patient is in primary, secondary, or early latent stage of syphilis, then single dose of penicillin is recommended. If it is in a late stage or the tertiary stage, then single dose of penicillin should be given weekly for the 3 weeks. And the alternative drug of choice for syphilis is tetracycline. And if you like my video, then please like, share and comment to my channel. And thanks for watching the video.